Hello out there in great to YouTube land and also some social media lands. Welcome to an all new video. This video we're going to do a movie review of a new film that just came out a couple weeks ago. Is a sequel to a 2018 film and is based on a great book series. So we're going to get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and the other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, even my Patreon page where I post all kinds of cool stuff you don't get to see here on my YouTube channel. So definitely check that out too. As always, people, let's get right into this. So welcome one and all to an all new review. So like I was saying before, we're going to be doing a movie review of a new film that just came out about a couple weeks ago now, and is a sequel to a great 2018 film called Meg 2: The Trench. Yeah, Meg 2: The Trench. Yeah. So Meg 2: The Trench is a sequel to Meg that came out in 2018. Once again, has, a couple of the same people from the first film, but this time we are being directed by another director, but this is just a great film series. I mean, gives you a good idea of the Megalodon character, the Megalodon shark that has, been supposedly extinct for now millions of years and was a top predator of its time frame and is basically a distant relative of the great white shark. And like I was saying before, this is based on a book series that is written by Steve Alten, who is an amazing writer, and everything he puts into these books is so stinking amazing. And of course, these films, they stay kind of loosely based on them, but really don't go by the books. But overall, they're decent, fun films that are just super enjoyable and, are fun. And especially if you're a huge shark fan, who wouldn't want to see a killer giant megalodon shark killing people? It's awesome. But anyways, so this film happens to be directed none other by a director who has directed a few other things over the years and is a pretty decent director that goes by the name of Ben Wheatley. Yeah, Ben Wheatley. Yeah. So Ben Wheatley directed this one. The first one was, of course, directed by John Turtledove. I was a little sad that he didn't come back to direct this one, but I thought Ben Wheatley did a good job. He took it and gave us that kind of like B-movie, kind of like shark direct-to-DVD type of feel, but with a really bigger budget and, a lot better CGI on our sharks and just overall film itself. And I just love the direction he took it in. I like what he did with it, even though the film doesn't fully process how the book took it. And like they basically took pieces from several different books. He still did a good job of making it very cohesive and making it very entertaining and just a fun all-around kind of just crazy giant monster type of film. And I was really impressed with that, the fact that he brought in several other like Cretaceous characters that, we really haven't seen too many times in movies over the years. I mean, we've seen them mentioned, we've seen them a few different times. But really, in recent times, you haven't seen many giant octopuses, or giant squids, I should say, that have killed people like kragans and stuff like that. You've heard them mentioned, but I feel like you really haven't seen that much lately, especially in the, this like last like 4 or 5 years. So it was really nice to see those characters being brought back, these great creatures that are always considered super, giant monsters that come from the sea and stuff. So I thought Wheatley did a good job with that. Now, another movie he directed, which I haven't had the pleasure of seeing, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. And I've heard a lot of people say it's a really fantastic film. He did a really good job with it. And it's definitely something else, if you haven't seen anything else Ben Wheatley has done, to check it out. Which is a film called Free Fire. Yeah, Free Fire. Yeah. So this came out in 2016. Brie Larson's in it, and it has a huge ensemble cast. And everything I've read, from the trailer to the reviews, I've heard all very good things. And it looks like it's a decent movie, and definitely something on my list to watch eventually, and looking forward to checking it out. But from what I saw from the trailer, it had the same kind of style, very similar to how the Meg 2 is. It just shows that Ben has a pretty good eye for making like kind of like action-packed films. And that really brought, drew into the Meg 2, and looked like it's going to be a decent film. If you haven't seen anything else Ben Wheatley's done, definitely go check out Free Fire now. See what you think, and see if it's any good, and just see how good of a director Ben Wheatley is. And like I said before, I think Ben Wheatley did a great job with Meg 2. I really enjoyed what he did with it, and I thought he gave us a really great monstrous shark, action-packed, kind of B-rated movie. Really decent job. I think he did a great job, and looking forward to more from Ben Wheatley in the future. So this movie has a great cast. Like I said before, we have several people returning from the previous film, and a few characters they actually decided to kill off, which I thought was kind of funny. And at the same time, I still think it's a really decent concept and really fun and really enjoyable. And all these actors did a really good job of bringing this, the books to life to the big screen. Now, to start us off, of course, is Jonas himself, Mr. Jason Statham. Oh yeah, Jason Statham, woo, Jason Statham, yeah! Jason Statham. Awesome. No matter what this dude is in, he is always freaking amazing. And I love that, in recent years he's brought a lot more comedy to his films, and this is no exception to that. He really brought a lot of great humor to this, but at the same time just portrayed Jonas to the T. He looks kind of similar to what the character looks like in the book, and I think Jason Statham has been the greatest choice to play Jonas and has done a fantastic and amazing job as this character. And once again, I love what he brought to the character in this one. I love that he extended on what he brought to us in the first film. I like that, he definitely took characteristics from that character from the first film and embellished them and, added to them throughout this film. His relationship with the daughter from the first film, his relationship with Mac, his relationship kind of dealing with what, the Megs and stuff like that. And I just really enjoyed what Jason did with this role and just gave us another solid performance. Now, another great film that Jason was in that I highly recommend to check out is a great film that came out in 2006 called Crank. Yeah, Crank. Oh my god, this movie is so freaking awesome. The whole concept is just beyond bonkers, but it's just a fantastic, action-packed, awesome film. And you have the gorgeous Amy Smart in it. You had a great cast in it, and it was so awesomely made with so much great action. And Jason was just so awesome as his character as Chet Chelios. And I love what he brings to the character in that film. I love that he shows a lot of different expressions throughout the entire film. He even has some comical moments, but at the same time, he has a lot of great dramatic and action-packed moments that really show just how awesome of an action star Jason is. And I just really enjoyed everything he brought to the film Crank and just made a really solid film. If you have not seen Crank, highly recommend check it out. It's worth the watch, really fun. Definitely worth it. If you haven't seen another Jason Statham film, check it out, people. Put it on your list. It's a really fantastic film. But overall, I really enjoyed Jason in this Meg movie. I thought he did another great job, like I said before. And just overall, I thought he was really fantastic in it. If you haven't seen Meg 2 yet, definitely go check it out in theaters for Jason Statham's performance. He was really superb. So that brings me to the final actor I'd like to talk about in this film. And that is none other than the actor known as Wu Jing. Oh yeah, Wu Jing, Wu Jing. So Wu Jing is known as a martial arts stuntsman in a lot of Chinese films. He's done a lot of films over the years doing martial arts, stunt work, and stuff like that. He's done a few films with Jackie Chan and so forth, and is just known as a martial arts master type of guy. And I really enjoyed his characterization of the brother in the film, and is definitely an amalgamation of a few different characters throughout the book series that they took and kind of combined together. But at the same time, I really enjoyed Wu. I thought he did a really good job of playing this character. I loved him. I thought he did a great job. He was funny. He was awesome. He was action-packed. And he really did, I feel, show off his abilities as a martial artist. And I really enjoyed just what he brought to the character and definitely embellishing and adding to that character because if you've read the books, this character that he's supposed to be portraying actually gets killed off in the first book. So I was really kind of running around in my head there while I was watching this going, why didn't they have the brother that died in the first book? Because, I mean, in the first movie, they killed off the father who doesn't die till a few books down, and they killed off the main gal from the series who becomes Jonas's wife. So they definitely have changed a few things if you've read the books. If you haven't, sorry I ruined it for you. But still, this character was just really well done by Wu, and just was really awesome. And you just fell in love with the character, and he just was so much fun. And I thought he was a great addition to Jason Statham in the film. Now, I haven't seen anything else Wu has been in, but he's very well known for a great martial arts type of film series called Wolf Warrior. Yeah, Wolf Warrior. Yeah. So there's two of them, Wolf Warrior and Wolf Warrior 2. And he's really well known for those over in Asia. And is just considered like this really cool, badass type of character in these films. And he's got a really great following on these films, and just showing how awesome of a martial art character he is. And I watched the trailers for these films, and they actually look really fantastic. And you could really see just how awesome Wu is, and how, like, he's very dedicated to his martial artsness, and how he really just kicks butt. I mean, he's like, if you would like to compare him to anybody, I mean, he's as good as Jackie Chan, or as good as, Jet Li. I mean, his style is very similar to both of them, and he kicks butt just like them, or any of those great, action-packed stars that, use martial arts in their films, like from Donnie Yen and so forth. And he just really looked really badass in these trailers for these films. Definitely something I'm putting on my list to watch eventually down the road that look really killer. But if you haven't seen anything else Wu Jing has been in, definitely go check out the Wolf Creek films, or Wolf Warrior, I should say. I heard a lot of great things about it, and they looked actually really decent. But overall, Wu was amazing in this film. I really enjoyed him, thought he was a great addition to this film, and overall, just a really fun character. If you haven't seen Meg 2 in theaters yet, definitely go check it out for Wu. He did a really great job in the film. So what is Meg 2 The Trench about? Basically, this time around, once again, Megs have come up from the trench, and it's up to Jonas and his crew to destroy them before they basically take over the whole entire Earth, and basically dealing with these Megs and other creatures that happen to have come out from the trench. It's a really solid sequel, really enjoyable, fun, awesome, absolutely loved it. Not as good as the books, but still a great movie. Overall, just a really great kind of horror B-movie type of deal. I mean, if you're a fan of like films like The Host, or monster movies like Godzilla or King Kong, stuff like that, this movie is up there with those that are just so much fun and so awesome. And the graphics in the film are so amazing. I mean, there's so many great scenes in this film. I absolutely love a lot of the scenes, even though they're so over the top. I mean, the scene where it shows Jonas, he's on a dock, and he's running from one of the Megs and trying to eat him, and he stops him with a jet ski. I mean, from like that sequence to him like doing all kinds of tricks and stuff on the ski-doo and stuff like that, to just all the craziness that happens in this film. There's so many great sequences where the sharks attack or take on people. I mean, that one scene where all of a sudden the Meg comes out of nowhere and starts eating the tourists at that like resort is absolutely freaking hilarious and awesome at the same time. It just was so fantastically done. Highly recommend Meg 2. If you have not seen it yet, definitely go check it out in theaters now. Worth the watch. A really amazing giant 10 Goldie movie box club. Can't wait to add this to collection. It's going to be a superb addition to my collection. So that's it for this movie review, guys. Always thank you for watching, thank you for liking, also thank you for subscribing. If this is your first time here, or you have before, don't forget to check out the older new videos you might not seen yet. As always, people, if you enjoyed this content, definitely check out my other stuff. It's so much fun. Check out my Patreon page. And I just want to thank everyone for being a subscriber. You guys are awesome. And as always, catch you in the next one.